Hey everyone, it is DandyDrew. We are back for another game of Catan. If you're enjoying this series, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to support us as we're growing here. We're actually on our way to 4,000 subs. It's just getting crazier and crazier. Without further ado, let's run it for game number 6. All right, everyone, DandyDrew, we are back. We have a board and we are in the third position here. What is going on with this board? We have a decent amount of ore with the 8 and the 6. The wheat is pretty free. The brick is kind of rare. We've got the 4, 10, 11, so that's interesting to note. I think off the bat, the 8, 5, 10 makes a lot of sense to me. Pretty good. Just say, hey, I'm going to get the best ore, the best wheat, call it a day. I don't think anybody's going to take 9, 10. They could, I suppose. And then what gets taken next? Actually, kind of like this 9, 5, 10 here. We get access to the 3, 1, but then we also have the wood port. We get the best wood, the best brick. I quite like that. So I'm hoping that's not seen by second, because I just have to assume the 8, 5, 10 will go here. It's such a good spot. You know, you are getting access to the 3, 1. Oh. Interesting. Now, have to be very careful here, because I think a lot of people would go 6, 3, 4 down to 4, 8. Just issue with that to me is it just leaves, it just leaves a little bit too much of the board. You know, leaving the 4, 8 is dangerous. It does give somebody like potentially first the opportunity just to straight up take the 4, 8, play an Orweed sheep game. Not great in terms of number diversity. Okay, so we got exactly what we wanted. The thing is, there's a lot of options here, guys. Either we can take like something like the 6, 3, 11, play off of that. Ideally, the 6, 3, 4 would be great, right? We get the best break by doubling, by having the 4 and the 10. Just a really big fan of this spot. I think there's a lot of advantages to it. We have a lot of ways we can go. Man, we could even go 3, 4, 8, play without the ore. Could be interesting. I think there's a very strong case. You go 6, 3, 4. Well, the problem is you need the sheep, right? So I think you're kind of put in a situation as fourth. You're going to take the 8, 3, 4. I guess the question is, what do you pair that with? 8, 3, 4. You go 6, 4, 2. Blast over to the port. Don't know if I like that necessarily. We're going to have a really good advantage this game, whether we get the 6, 3, 11. Ooh, hold on. I just saw this 5, 4, 11 as well. If I was 5, 4, 11, you're going to 9, 10 to 8, 10 maybe. It's kind of funky. Funky monkey. The problem with the coordinated 6s, there's kind of a big problem with the coordinated 6s, that you're just not playing with the sheep. So I actually think you have to take the sheep here. It's just how do you work that into your setup? Yeah. So I think in this case, we take the 8, 3, 4 here, and then he gets the 4, 9, 2. But now we have to be careful because it might be a situation. Oh, man. That's not a good road. 4, 9, 2, but then he takes the 9, 4, 2 to 6, 2. It's pretty good. We're effectively playing what we call the side-by-side here. Alternatively, we can go something like 5, 4, 11, but then he gets the 8, 4, 3. Like he goes 9, 4, 11 up. So I think we're going to have to go side by side, guys. It's kind of a funky deal here, but I kind of like it. The problem is if we go, let's say 10, 3, 8, 8, 4 just might become a very strong target for blue. And I'm not really a fan of that. Alternatively, we could do the 5, 4, 11 point right and try to build up this way and take road. The question is, so if we take 5, 4, 11, comes to red, I think he side by sides 8, 3, 4. And then this guy's probably going to take the 9, 4, 2 to the 6, 2, which makes a lot of sense. And I think we've actually got a lot of trades with the sheep on this board. I really do. We got the 3, 1 to go with it. Let's just play this game. Oh, lost my screen. There's actually a lot of ore on this board. And I think there's some opportunities potentially with green to offload some of this sheep with green. There's not, like, the thing is, there's not a good block on us right now. Like, you block the 4, we have the 3. You block the 9, we have the 8. So hopefully, if we've done this right, we should have a pretty solid game. My only concern here is, though, like, let's say he goes 9, 4, 11, does kind of push blue somewhere. And that's concerning to me. Like, it pushes him to the side of the board. So, like, does he go 8, 10, or does he go 9, 10 left? He might actually go 9, 10 left. Like the sheep port, wood port versus sheep port. Wow. Well, now we know. Now we know. Interesting stuff. And I think immediately I'm going to try to pawn off some of this sheep with green. I know he's starting with the ore. So let's see if we can do this. I'm really looking at green here. He's going to have to get sheep at some point. And I might be able to even do it for wood for ore. I think what's good too, I was just about to say, the blocking spots should be pretty favorable to us, right? Like, I don't know about this setup with blue. This is interesting. That's one way we're going to put it. I think red should get hit here. Yep. Really nice setup. I think red is picked very nicely here. So let's see if we can try to get one of the ores from green. I doubt this will go through. Yeah, I don't think anybody's budging here when it comes to... No one is giving you a city. Not even close. I know I'm being pesky with these trades. Oh, 11's big. 11's a really big deal here for red, and I think what he's going to prioritize... is taking the wheat port. I think it's a good play for him. That's okay. Now, which is perfect for blue, I think he just hits the 6 all day. It's not the 9, man. The 6 is the engine that keeps red and green moving here. Oh, that's not cool, man. It's a very strange block. I kind of feel like the brick is kind of helpful. I'm really surprised. All right, we need a 10 in the house, guys. Where are you going? All right, is the wood valuable? I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna again try with green. Okay, no. So we're just gonna have to play a very patient game. I think we just have to go for the wheat port here. It seems like red does not really care about that very much. So we will take this for an ore, which I will be happy to take. I have 0 ore. Okay, so now he's buying depths. So he just used up his sheep there. That's brutal, guys. I think for now, we can hold something like this. I think the 3 is a good block for red. Never should be hitting me here, especially after I 7 out. Both green and blue have a development card. I think the 3 is very fair. Oh, that's a very aggressive move. Very aggressive. But it's a good block. It's a good block. I mean, it's a strong spot. The 9-10 does a lot of damage here on this board. Yeah, I mean, essentially everyone's enjoying, yeah, this 6. He's close to the city here. Yeah, that's a city. Well, we're going to have to really hone in on here is road. 5s are crushing. I'm going to ask for an ore. I'm not doing anything less than an ore here. Like, I don't see why that's an issue here. Oof. All right, we need a 10. We need a 10. We're dying for 10s here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to port for a brick. We can't really afford to 7 out here. And now a 10 and a 4 put us in the money. The only one with wood here right now. Wow, they're trading so loosely for players that have very strong setups. For someone who doesn't produce sheep, it's very interesting to me. As a Norwich sheep player, like his setup's more or less in it. And I try to communicate with red, so I hope he's not feeling spiteful. I really want to make a deal with him. I mean, I've dropped a single road. 6-12, like he's just block blue. What are you doing, man? Wow, it's a very strange decision there by red. You're blocking me, but he's got 2 turns. I haven't got a single 10, by the way. We're really looking for a 10 here. These 5s. 110. Even green has the power of the cities here. I'm just shocked. Like, why am I being solo blocked on a... Like, if you want to hurt me, put on the 10 even. Admittedly, if we do lose the wheat port, it does suck for us. I don't think he's really close unless, like, the 11 hits here. What is this? What is this? What is going on here, guys? I have arguably one of the weaker positions here. Let's go. Like, homeboy has a city. He's got a down dev, and you're trying to make some wacky play here, you know? Yeah, just go by devs, man. Like, leave me alone. Yeah, I mean, here comes another city on the board. Yeah, another city. You know, like, what are you guys worried about here? 2 ore for a road. All right, I don't know. Thank God that green doesn't have any sheep, because it'd be an absolute menace. I'm really curious to see who gets hit here. I think the 6 is a very fair block. Let's see it happen. The 3 even. But obviously the 6 is just a menace if it's rolling. All right. Well, all right. We got something working for us here at least. Maybe there's a world where I can do something like this. I'm really looking at, I guess, anybody who wants to trade up. What else can I do? I could also just drop a road here. Maybe do something like sheep for brick. Let's do sheep for wheat. I think that's a pretty good deal for us as well. We could 4-for-1 this to get the settle. I'm almost willing to take that. I think the road settle is really nice for us. And it also gives us the 3-1 ability. So now our sheep becomes a lot more easy to work with. And we have no cards either, right? So I'm assuming now something like the 4 might get hit. Yep. All right. Now the pressure's on, guys. I could have been maybe a little bit more patient with him. I didn't have to necessarily trade him. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. It's a risky play. It's a very risky play. I'm just really confused by how a lot of this has turned out. And now he's got this ability just to steal the sheep from me. Hopefully he can't buy another dev. I'm actually just really confused by Blue's play here. Blue has really kind of made this a very strange game, in my opinion. Like, they've just found a way to turn this setup into something just really ugly, in my opinion. Okay, he's only doing 1-for-1s. It's not a bad deal for us. Oof. Has to be the 6 here. Oh, he's got the coordinated 3s too. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah. He's this issue of that he can just keep stealing from me if he chooses to, which he probably will, which he probably should. Wow. Dude, what a lucky duck, man. What a lucky guy. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I want to do it. I can't do it. That's more or less feeding him the game. Oh, man. These 3s are brutal. Oh, my God. Is there any world where, like, I get maybe something here? I would love a mono. Like, why? I have a port, man. Again, I have the port. Okay. If you want to be stubborn, that's completely fine. And I'm also willing to do something like that. But like, if we don't work together, you're going to end on 4 or 5 points. Okay, we're going to lose. I don't know what to say. He wants to. Oh, we're so lucky there, guys. We're so lucky. He had the most insane hand. We also need to make sure that red gets a knight. If green has an opportunity to start buying more development cards, get pacing on army, it's going to be a big problem. And this 4 block has just been really bad for us. Really tough to deal with. Yeah. Oof. Luckily, I can help red here. Well, maybe not now. It's got to be the 6. It's the 3. The 3. The 3. The 3. What are you doing, man? I mean, if he pulls another mono out of his butt, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's wild. This is wild. And I don't think we even placed horribly. It's just the way these guys played, the way they communicated, the solo block and the A. There's not much I can do. I still think I stand by the 9-5-10. Blue, I really don't know what blue and red were doing this game. It is what it is. Holy Jesus. Oh, this 3 is just wild. There you go. Like, if you're going to start making trades, you better start making trades. There you go. I'm going to need the 5-9-10. I need to just get road building up. It's getting scary. I mean, we're also just having the world's hardest time dealing with... Oh, damn. Damn. Well, at least that's way better than the damn 3 block, that's for sure. So let's do this. I don't know. 9-5-10. It just gets us moving if the 9s, if the 5s and the 10s start rolling. We're just not really getting them coming in. Okay, so he doesn't have a knight, so he's probably got like a VP and a Yop maybe. Should be game at this point. He just needs a simple settle. He would only steal from me if he knew my card, which I feel like the sheep's pretty good for him. Otherwise, I mean, it's probably just game. So him taking that time on that steal kind of tells me that might not be the case. Okay. Red really kind of threw this in the stretch. I don't know what red was doing trying to go up here, and a little strange to me, to be honest with you. Maybe I can do something like this. As far as I'm concerned, it kind of looks like green just has it. I think porting might not be the play here. Even if we get road, we're getting 7, so it's looking pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it should be an easy. Don't know what else I could have done in that situation. I guess I could have also taken like the 4. I guess one alternative there, return the map. I could have taken like the 6, like one of these 6s. But I mean, the dice stats were just absolutely bonkers. Like the 3s were crazy. 3s, 6s did very well. 5s were nice, but the issue is I just like the 10s didn't show up. I needed the 10s there. The 4s did very well. So he just rolled great. And then he pulls 2 monos on top of that. He pulls a VP. Yeah, I guess he was getting robbed, but at this point, it's just too late. Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunate there. I don't really like the way red and blue were playing. Like, it's like almost green didn't exist. Luckily for them, the 3s and 6s were just very strong. The 4, like their numbers were just really good. Like it all came in. 5, 9, 10 is really good in principle just because we have a lot of options, right? Either we can get like the 6, 3, 4, we can play off the 3, 4, 8, we can play off of the 3, 11, 6. And I still like our options just because there's a lot of development card competition, but the road competition is not so great. So this game just got completely out of hand. I don't know. Red was like fixated on trying to get a bunch of wooden break to plow me. They were trying to build roads up here. I have no clue what that is. I have 0 clue what that is. I guess for blue, I don't know. They're getting way too creative going 10-5 here. And I think you just take sheep port, but I guess you're concerned about this happening. I don't really like what blue did. I think also better for blue was to take potentially the 10-5-8 point up. And that way you have the 3-1 here. And then you also have access to the road to the 9-10. Blue just got a little bit too greedy. Like I had a lot of good trades for them. I could have helped them by development cards. There was a lot of times where I was asking for like sheep for ore. They didn't want to budge, you know? So what are you going to do? These things happen. You can't don't lose sleep over it, guys. Okay. This is a whack game. This is not indicative of anybody's skill. It just got out of hand and that happens. He also pulled 2 monos too. So if we go to the dice stats here, and the activity stats, he got 12 cards from the mono. Like look at just his roll stats. So he outproduced us by a very large margin. And then he got an extra 12 cards because he had 2 monos. Monos actually gave him army, right? Because he was able to pop a lot. Yeah, it's just wild. Ultimately, yeah, I think I would run this again in a lot of cases. Sometimes you don't know how the board's going to react, and that is what it is. All right, everyone. Appreciate it. Another game in the books. Alternatively, what we probably could have looked at is taking one of the 6-3-11s or 6-3-4s. In principle, I like the 5-9-10. I think it offers us a lot. We had very clumsy hands, and then of course the development cards absolutely crushed for green. 2 monos, a VP, and 3 knights. Yeah, I mean, you better win. That's all I'm going to say. You better win with that setup. All right, guys, appreciate it. DandyDrew out. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe, please like, and we will keep the good vibes going. Y'all take care. Thank you.